Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Geraldine and I make videos all about goal setting and productivity, so if that is your type of content that you like to consume, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Also click the notification bell so you do know when I do upload, and follow me on all my social media. I'm at Geraldine Silva. If you are anything like me, then you are getting sick and tired of starting over and over and over again. You'll start the month strong and be like, I'm gonna go to the gym 5 times out of the week, I'm gonna write this book, I'm gonna start this business, whatever the case, whatever goal that you're looking for. You started at the beginning of the month, you know the habits that you have to do, you do it for a week, and then the week passes and then you're falling right back to your old habits, and all that hard work that you had been just building up kind of just goes away. And then you catch yourself at the end of the month and be like, what the heck happened? Like, I started off strong and here I am at the end of the month, just made nothing out of myself. And so I have been in that cycle so many times of starting something and then falling behind, starting something and then falling behind. But the thing is that there was an ultimate goal, there was an ultimate dream, and for whatever reason I just couldn't let it go, and for whatever reason I just couldn't also achieve that goal too. So I want to give you guys the 6 common reasons why people give up on their dreams, and if you stay to the end, I will let you know what to do about that. So if you guys are enjoying this video, don't forget to subscribe, and let's get on to number 1. So the number 1 reason, common reason why people don't achieve their dreams, or why they give up on their dream, is because they lack ownership, where they create goals that don't really have a purpose and don't really have a meaning. Like, you just kind of create it because you think it's something that you should be doing, but in reality it's not something that you want to be doing. Like, for example, let's say you want to lose weight and you create a goal that you're going to eat salads every day, but you don't really like salads. You're not really into salads like that. You would much rather have more of a like chicken, rice, vegetable kind of portion rather than a salad. So it becomes more of like, what is the purpose of this? Why am I doing this to myself if this is not me, essentially. I'm more of like a meat girly, and I love to eat steak and lamb chops and ribs and tacos and chicken and stuff like that. Like, you're more of a protein person rather than a vegetable person. So creating that goal, you give up on that goal because it's not you, it's not something that you can actually stick to. The thing is too is that social media makes it a good way of showing it aesthetically, and so we think to ourselves like, oh, I need to be doing something like this because everybody else is doing it, and they're making it look like it's the secret sauce to losing weight or whatever. But in reality, there's so many other ways to achieve the goal that you want, and you don't have to stick to one thing just because everybody's doing it. You don't have to stick to eating salads in order to lose weight, essentially. So that is a common reason, is that it lacks ownership. It's not purposeful, it's not meaningful, it's not something that you can truly stick to. And so when we are creating goals, you have to make sure that the goal is something that you can stick to, something that is realistic for the long term, not for the short term, but for the long term haul, so that when you are in the stage of changes, because you're letting your old habits die, that it's something that's going to be sustainable and something that will still feel more like you and more meaningful, more purposeful. Because if you're choosing to let go of all of that protein and just stick to salads, but you really, really love to eat protein, then you're not going to stick to that salad goal of, I'm just going to eat salads for the rest of the year so I can lose weight. You're not going to stick to that goal, and it's going to be so easy to give up on it than it is to be able to sustain it. And the thing is too, it's going to be too hard as well. And so we want to make sure that we're creating realistic goals that are true and meaningful to us, and something that can be sustained for the long haul. The number 2 common reason why people give up on their goal is that they're not willing to put in the time. This is something that I kind of fell through with myself. I wasn't willing to put in the time. I wanted my goal really badly. I just wasn't willing to set time apart to be able to work on that goal. So I make the theory of, if he wanted to, he would, right? If you're dating a guy and if he wanted to make a date with you, he'd plan it. If he wanted to text you good morning every single day, he'd make it happen. That's the same thought process when it comes to our goals. If you really, really want your goal, you're going to make time for it. You're going to strategize your time and be like, I really want to become an influencer. So I'm going to make the time to create content. I don't know how the heck I'm going to do it because my schedule is jam-packed. But because I want this so badly, I'm going to do it. And you got to be that guy in that relationship. Like, your goal is the girl and you are the guy, and if you wanted to, you would go after what you truly want. The same thought process for a guy. If the guy really, really likes you, he's gonna make it known that he wants you, and there's gonna be no like if, ands, or but, like, oh, does he like me, does he not? Like, it'd be very, very clear. If he wanted to, he would. So that's how I take my goals now. If I really, really want something, I'm gonna make the time to do it. And a lot of people just don't want to put in the work, either because the goal is too far-fetched, like it's too far into the future that they can't really wrap their head around the fact that it starts today in order to achieve that in the long term. It's either the fact that the goal is just not enticing enough for them to have it. It's not really a goal that they really truly want to achieve. People just aren't willing to put in the time. So what goal are you trying to go after, and do you really, really, truly want it? Like, do you want it badly enough that you will set time apart, that you will sacrifice some time throughout the day in order to be able to fit into your schedule, so that you can go and take that action, so you can go and change that behavior, so you can go and change that habit, so that you can achieve your goals? You have to think about this to yourself. Do you want it badly enough? Do you want to obtain this life that you're creating in your head? Do you want to make it into reality? So put in the time to do that. And a lot of people give up on their goals because they're not willing to make the time for it. They're not willing to sacrifice, because everything when it comes to your goals is a sacrifice. It's a season of sacrifice. It's not a lifetime of sacrifice, because once you receive that goal, then you'll kind of create your lifestyle around it, and it's not so much of a sacrifice, it's a lifestyle at that point. But when you are beginning your goal, it's a lot of sacrificing, because you're changing your life little by little to fit that goal into your life. And so then everything revolves around this goal that you really, really wanted. And once you start carving out that life that you really want, then you'll start seeing that everything else will be carved into it too. But it all starts with just a sacrifice, because you don't have it at the moment. You don't know what that life looks like. You don't know that lifestyle. But once you start learning the lifestyle, then everything else will kind of start carving itself into the goal that you really, truly wanted. The third common reason is that people are not willing to do the hard work. Achieving your goal and changing a behavior and changing a habit takes so much hard work. More hard work than you could ever think, because not only do you need the self-discipline, the self-determination, the mindset of I'm gonna do this no matter what. People are just not wanting to put in the hard work, either because of fear of failure, or they just don't see themselves as deserving enough of that goal. I encourage you to seek a plan and seek a strategy that you can start testing and implementing in your life. I am so big on systems and planning and creating a strategy that I could test for about a month to see how far I can get with my goal. And if that's not working out, then switching things around so that I can figure out a different way how I can achieve that goal. I'm so big on systems. And so the thing about not putting the hard work is that you're in the beginning portions of achieving your goal, you're trying to figure things out. Something's not sticking, something's not working, so you're kind of like failing and trying again, failing and trying again. But the main point is that you're not giving up. So if you keep doing that like tug of war of this is not working out, so I'm going to switch it. This is not working out, so I'm going to switch it. and consistently doing that throughout your process, throughout your journey of achieving your goals, you're gonna get there a lot more faster than people who are just like, I give up, I'm done with it. Go onto YouTube, go onto TikTok, go onto Instagram, and watch people's stories of how they achieved the goal that you want. Let's say it's that you wanted to buy a house, or let's say it's the fact that you wanted to become an influencer, or let's say it's the fact that you wanted to write a book. Everybody has a different way on how they achieved that and what they did in order to achieve that. There's going to be common traits, there's going to be common like stories. However, the plan to get there and the strategies that they used may be different depending on the person, because every person is going to be different within their story and how they got there. Maybe somebody had kids while the other person didn't. Maybe somebody mom died of cancer and the other person's dad lost their job. Like, everybody's story is different, but there may be common traits that you see of, I didn't give up, I kept going, I did this, I did that. So I encourage you to seek out people's personal stories when it comes to them achieving the same goal that you're trying to go after, and see how they did it, how did they achieve it, and watch a couple of people, whatever strategy kind of fits within your similar story that you're going through, and the struggles that you're going through. See if you can implement their strategy, see if you can implement their plan, see if you can implement something, whatever way that they achieved something, plan whatever way that they achieved the goal that you wanted, and see if you can try to implement it yourself. To give you guys an example, I really want to become a full-time content creator. So I watched this girl's live where she went live every single day for 30 days, and I was like, oh hey, that's something that I could try doing, but I can't commit to going live for 30 days. But what I can commit to, making 30 videos every single day. Going live, I can't do that. I don't have the time. But I can make time to make 30 videos and upload them consistently every single day for the month of May. And so that's what I did. That's what I am doing. That's what we're here. So I saw that me and her story were kind of similar. She was a new mom. I was somewhat of a new mom. And I was like, we have similar stories. Like, I can implement what she's doing and kind of tweak it a little bit so that I can learn, so that I can be consistent. Because she wanted to be monetized so badly that she did this, and I'm like, I want to be monetized so badly, so I'm gonna do this. And so I'm figured out a way how to commit myself, and I created a plan and a strategy, and I'm able to put in the hard work now and put in the time because I switched the plan a little bit to fit my story. I need water. Fourth thing is that you have too many distractions. There's too many things going on in your life, too many things that are calling you for your attention. That's kind of promoting you to give up. Whether it's friends, family members, things on social media, things on TV, something's always trying to grab your attention, and that's just how the world we live in today. Everything is just trying to grab our attention, trying to keep us on the screen longer, keeping us to buy. But it's up to you to kind of turn the phone off, turn the distractions off, and get focused and stay focused on your goal. Because the thing is that those people ultimately have a goal as well. It's for you to either buy, or for you to stay on their ad or their picture a little bit longer, or for you to engage so that they have more engagement, so that they can, like, everything is capitalism at this point. Everything is all your attention is required for money. So it's up to you to be able to kind of pull back and be like, those people have a goal, and good for them if they're able to achieve it, but I'm trying to get my own goal. I'm trying to achieve my own goal, and me doing this is not going to allow me to get to the goal that I want to. It's up to you to learn how to pull back and to resist all of that attention grabbing things that are happening on social media. Like, there's something always happening on social media. You know how tempting it is to go on Instagram and just click on everybody's story to see what everyone's up to? It's so tempting. But when I tell you guys I've not been on Instagram for like a whole week, I have not been on Instagram for a whole week, because it's too much. It takes too much of my time away. And it's like, I hope those people on Instagram are living a great life. However, I'm trying to live a really great life so that I can live out my dream. And being able to give these people my time and energy is not where I'm gonna see results. So there's too many distractions. You need to pull away. This is not where you're gonna see your life come to fruition. Number 5 is that you have insufficient reward. The goal is too far-fetched and the reward is too far as well. So you don't see the benefits of achieving your goal. So we want to close the gap of receiving our goals. So I made a video yesterday about temptation bundling, and the strategy of temptation bundling. It's all about procrastination. So if you're interested in watching it, I'll link it in the cards. It's this video that I made yesterday. And so they had the great strategy of temptation bundling, where you're doing something that you love while doing something that you're trying to procrastinate on. So let's say you're trying to procrastinate exercising. Well, while you're exercising, you can listen to your favorite audiobook, you can listen to your favorite podcast while you're exercising. So you're giving yourself a reward while you are exercising. I did this yesterday. I went to the gym and I watched the Cancel podcast by Tana Mojo and Brooke Shield, and those are my favorite girlies, and I watched that while I was exercising. So I gave myself a reward while I was exercising, so that it made me feel good and I'm getting my workout in, because I didn't really feel like going, but I did end up going anyways. So it's the same. So you can implement that with anything that you are trying to procrastinate on. Like, what is the reward? For me, of filming these videos, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna film these, and then right afterwards I can watch a couple TikToks, or I can scroll onto Instagram if I really truly want to, which I'm probably not. Most likely it's gonna be TikTok. So it's giving yourself that immediate reward for your hard work, because you're working really, really hard. If you're actually putting in the time and effort to change the habit, then you should give yourself some sort of reward, not be too harsh on yourself, because this is for the long haul. This is so you could stop giving up. And if you keep giving up because you're not seeing any benefit from it, you need to figure out a way to reward yourself. Give yourself a reward system. Give yourself a sticker every single time that you go to the gym, if that's what it takes. Do something for yourself that makes you feel good and will make you want to continue going. So the 6th common reason is that old habits die hard. Change is scary, it's fearful, it's new, and our old habits is something that we are very, very familiar with. Our old routines are something we are very, very familiar with. We've been doing the same routine, the same habits for however many months, however many years. And so when you are starting to implement a new behavior, it's scary and it's new and it's not something that you're familiar with. So you're going to feel very extremely uncomfortable when you're trying to change your life around. But I love the saying of 2 steps forward, 1 step back, because you're still keeping that momentum going. Try not to be so fearful of the change that's happening, because eventually, if you just keep the behavior going and you keep telling yourself, like, this will become my new normal, this will become my new normal, and it's for the good, it's for the better of myself, it's for the better of myself, it's better for my environment, it's better for my mental health, it's better for me, I will eventually have the life that I really truly always wanted. Little by little, you're gonna start seeing that new habit becomes your new lifestyle. It becomes the new normal, and it becomes the thing that it's going to become your new life. And what I want to tell you guys is that it's so easy, yes, to fall back to normal patterns, to old patterns, because it's something we've been safe at, be familiar with. But the thing is that if it was so good and so safe, we wouldn't be seeking something outside of that safeguard. There's something within your little comfort zone that was not providing you with whatever you were needing, and therefore you were seeking something outside of it. And that's okay if you were needing something and you need to seek something outside of your comfort zone. So you just need to stretch your comfort zone a little bit further and implement all these new things so that you can have what you need, you can have what you want, and you can have the life that you've desired for a really long time. It's going to take time, and it's going to be pretty scary, but eventually you'll start to see that you will have the life that you really truly wanted, and that it's all for the better. So what do we do about this? What do we do about giving up consistently? So I just said 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Keep the momentum going. That is what I want you guys to do about this, because even though there's distractions and the fear of change, and maybe you're just haven't figured out how to make a reward system for yourself so that you can keep going. The number one thing is that you don't have to sprint to your goal. You can run it as a marathon where you're just jogging, not sprinting. And 2 steps forward. So you do something every single day, and it's okay if you fall back a little bit, but as long as you don't give up, that is the number one thing that will get you further if you just stop completely. Because if you keep just putting one foot in front of the other, one foot in front of the other, and being like, just telling yourself, we're gonna get there, we're gonna get there, we're gonna get there. I know we want to fall back, I know we want to fall back, and we might fall back for a little bit, but as long as you kind of get a grip of yourself and you're like, okay, we're gonna try this again, let's keep going, let's keep going. I want to fall back, I want to fall back. Okay, but the thing is that we're not stopping completely, and we're not reverting back all of that progress that we made, all that hard work that we made. We're not reverting it all back. We're keeping it going, and we're getting a grip on ourselves, and we're keeping our mindsets focused on the ultimate goal, whatever your goal is. You're keeping your mind set on that goal, and you keep going. You keep that momentum going. Even if there are a couple days that you just need to regroup, that's completely fine. As long as you don't have months and weeks of you not continuing your goal. It's okay to take a couple days, like 1 or 2 days, to be like, I need to recover. I need to just get my mind back into its shape. That's completely fine. What we don't want to happen is that those 2 days end up into a week, end up into a month, end up to a year, and you've lost all this like progress, all this momentum. Whereas if you just took a couple of days to regroup and to re-strategize, and you just hopped right back in, then you're gonna keep seeing more and more progress as you keep going. So okay to have a couple of days for yourself, but keep that momentum going, keep that pendulum swing going, because you're gonna keep wanting to revert back to where you were. Because again, this is change. Change is scary, change is new, and we haven't acquired that skill or that habit yet. So it's gonna be understandable that you're gonna want to fall back to old patterns. But as long as you're doing 2 steps forward, you're still making 1 step forward, because even if you fall back by 1, you're still 1 step ahead. I hope that helps anybody out there with wanting to achieve their goals. If you guys enjoyed this, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Also click the notification bell so you do know when I do upload, and follow me on all my social media. I'm at Raleigh Silva. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys later. Bye. Mwah.